Welcome back, everyone, to Resident Evil Requiem. This is part 9 of our trophy guide and walkthrough, and we're picking up right where we left off. We need to find more parts of the detonator, and at this point, you pretty much have to go here. You'll go and use the Cedarbrook Apartments back door key. It's just down the steps by the safe point by the BSAA camp. When you get in here, I just wanted to see if I could get it with the hatchet, but I think it's too tall. You'll find sometimes these cases that say fragile that are hanging. You can just shoot them down. There's a ladder here that you can shoot as well. If you go up there, that door is locked from the other side, so you can't actually access that at the moment. If you come up the ladder, you will just find a few items here. There's a large gunpowder and ammunition for the Requiem. So really, the only place we have to go is down, and we really don't have choice in that. Once we get out of here, you'll have a couple of options of what you want to do first. When you get into here, you'll have to turn on your flashlight to see, and as you walk through, eventually you're going to come up behind a zombie, and you'll be given a prompt to stealth kill. And that saves a lot of ammunition. Just remember to keep your hatchet sharpened. Now, after you stealth kill that guy, he has a tactical tracker on him, a tracking module. So any kills that he got before he died, you will earn his points. So try to pick these up whenever you can. They're not super common to find, so when you do find them, you don't want to leave them behind. In the door to the right of where he was standing, we can make our way around this room. There's a box that you can break. Here on the shelf, there's a green herb on the table. There are a couple of lockers that you can open. And there's also Mr. Raccoon number 13 dancing his little heart out on those boxes. So don't forget about him. Continuing on, you'll just go through the next door. There's only really one way to go here. And you'll see a zombie over there. Hanging on that gate. If you just walk up behind him, you can stealth kill him. I'm going to do as much stealth killing as I possibly can here, just to save the ammunition. Once you take him out, read file number 51, the battery storage locations, and you'll see there are 2 slots for batteries to open up the gate. So first, we're going to go, just turn around from where the batteries are and climb up the ladder on top of this truck. And you can see here, this is kind of a maze, but we need to get over there in that corner where I'm pointing. And I'm going to try to stealth kill as many enemies as possible because it's very dark here. There are some paths where you think you might have a way to get out and you really don't. Also, you can see here I'm taking my time with crafting. Keep in mind there is a trophy for crafting everything with Leon. So try to keep track of what you've already crafted, because that is going to be important later, that you craft absolutely everything. Once you drop down, I'm going to go to the left. You can see there are 2 zombies here. One of them is going to turn and go the other way, and one of them always has his back to you. So just sneak up behind him and stealth take him out. You can also go in guns blazing if you want to. I don't particularly think that's wise because this area is completely infested with zombies. And you don't want to draw attention to where they all come straight at you. So those 2 guys were taken out pretty easily. And you have 2 paths that you can take. You can either continue in the direction that you were going before, or you can go the opposite way. Either way, whichever one you choose, it really doesn't matter because we're going to have to clear the entire area out anyway. Over there, that guy is looking at me, so I'm not going to approach him from that way. I'm going to climb into the back of this truck and exit here out the door. You can see I'm not really crouching too much because I'm making sure that they're not looking at me. If I think they might catch me, I'll crouch. But for the most part, you can just walk right up to them. And, you know, depending on the angle, you can get really cool animations for stealth kills. This truck here, you can open it up. And there is ammunition inside. Machine gun ammo is back here, which lets you know pretty soon you'll be getting a machine gun. Now, there's a truck right there in front of us. That one can be opened too, but if you listen carefully, you can hear there are zombies inside. I do open it, but I save it for last. I still want to stay in stealth as long as I can. And the light doesn't seem to give you away either. Your flashlight doesn't really seem to give you away at all. So continue on. I'm going to try to make my way around to that back corner. At some point, I am not going to be able to stealth everything, but I'm going to try and do it for as long as I can. Okay, so that guy is walking away. I probably shouldn't have waited so long to follow him because by the time I started following him, there's another guy there, and he definitely saw all this, so I'm gonna have to pull the guns out. And there's another guy behind him. Be careful, he has a very pointy stick. So. Also, look, my hatchet is about to break, so I'm gonna go ahead and sharpen it. I'm trying to back up to where I know everything is already dead, so that I don't aggro anything else. Got pretty lucky with that one. Continuing on through here, if you come to this corner, you can find some shotgun shells. Very easy to miss. I know it's only 2. But you'd be surprised how quickly 2 shells at a time add up. Coming back around this way, you can see a green light through that window. That's where we're going to find our battery. You can open this up if you like. It has ammunition inside. There's only one truck that has zombies, and we passed that up earlier. Also, if you notice, in the corner by where the green light is, there's a box with caution tape on it. Be careful, that guy, I almost passed him completely up and he could have gotten me from behind, so be careful. There are 2 zombies hanging out right here. Now we can go and open up the box that has the caution tape on it, which always has goodies inside. So we got a tracking module and lots of ammunition and gunpowder. And at this point, we're pretty much at our target. Here, I'm just checking. You can see there's lots of... You think you might be able to go one way, and then it's completely blocked off, and you can't. Here, I am crouching because there's a zombie always here to the left, and then there's the one to the right. I'm trying not to let him notice me because he does have a large weapon he can throw at me. So I'm going to try to take him out with the rifle. Very simple. And that pretty much is the enemies here. There are some enemies, or maybe one, inside that building, but they're not going to come out until you get close enough. So if you want to go ahead and take care of these guys in the back of this truck, you can. Which is real simple. They got an explodey barrel in there. And there's also a zombie on top of the truck laying down that you'll take out as well. So there's nothing in there, but it does help with the points. So if you're trying to collect points, that is a good way to do it. Now, when you get over here and go toward the green light and get close to the door, keep in mind that a zombie is going to come out. So be prepared for that. Oh, there are two. I couldn't remember if it was one or two, but it is two. I guess just because one of them is a lot stronger than the other one. Okay, and that's going to be it for down here in this area. Be sure to pick up all of your goodies before we head inside. And I'm reloading all my weapons as well. In here, you have a box that you can break. On the table, there's a silver case that has the gal in it. That is our submachine gun. And also don't forget to grab the battery. I did do that once. I got so excited. I think the first time I came through, I got so excited to get the submachine gun that I totally forgot to grab the battery and had to come all the way back. So don't forget that. You can exit by climbing up here, and we'll be walking along the tops of these trucks in order to make our way back to the gate. There is one zombie. He's right there in front of us. He's going to come alive when we get close. I should have just shot him, honestly. I don't know why I waited. And then missed. And be careful. You can dodge out of the way when they throw things like that at you. But sometimes you don't really, like, you're so focused on aiming or whatever it is that you don't really think about it, but you can dodge. I say dodge. You can move slightly left, slightly right, or move slightly forward, slightly back, and they'll miss you. So, anyway, just make your way along the top of here, and when you get to the end, drop off the edge, and you are right back over to where we need to insert the batteries. So now one of them is inserted, and we are finished with that area. So turn around, go up the stairs, and then go through the door on the left. In here, just follow the path. When you get into this room where you can break this box on the shelf, look to the left. There's a red door that has a slot for a crank handle. Keep that in mind for later. This is just an extra area. It's not mandatory, and it's very easy to forget about it. So if you want to get everything, keep that in mind, that there is a door here that we need a crank to open, because we're not going to be able to do that right away. In the meantime, let's go down this ladder here, because that's the only way that we can progress forward at this moment. Once you get down here, you'll turn around and see a door, but it is locked from the other side, so you'll have to go around. You'll know you're going the right way when you see the green herb. Come through the next set of double doors, and you're greeted with what looks to be an arena, which is never a good thing. Here, I am just taking a look at what I have in my inventory, because I'm going to give you a tiny little spoiler. There's a boss fight coming. It's a mini boss, and one we've already fought, but one that we really don't like. Well, I don't anyway. You guys might like it. I really don't. Once you drop down this platform, you'll see that there's something blocking the way here. We can't move forward. So turn around. You can break the box, and you can grab this valve handle. Once you grab it and turn back around, you're gonna see that zombies come up out of the floor again. You'll want to take these guys out before messing with that valve handle, because these guys are a nuisance. It's only 2 of them, so it's not too bad, but it's about to get a whole lot worse. Come over here and insert the valve handle, and turn it somewhat. You're not going to be able to turn it all the way. Just turn it, you know, roughly 2 turns, like where Leon is actually moving. And here's your mini boss. This is the same annoying guy that we had over Chapel. I'm gonna try to use grenades on him because they seem to work really, really well. I think that one missed him though. I threw one, but I'm pretty sure it missed him because it really didn't do anything to him. When it staggers him, you'll want to melee attack him because that will burst one of his pustules. Here, I'm going to stop and turn this just a little bit more, but you don't have to. You can wait until the end. Here, I'm going to throw this. You're going to have a whole bunch of enemies following you here shortly. A bunch of these guys are going to wake up as you walk by. You can come through here and climb up the stairs to kind of get away from all that, but do be careful because they will climb up the wall. So you can only go so far away from them. They will climb up the wall after you. You do have that there that you can throw. Be careful with the blister heads because you see how quickly they move. They're very much a nuisance. And it takes massive damage to bring them down. Here, I'm just shooting that guy to... Ooh, that was a really good one. To try to get him out of the way. Here, I stabbed him with the pole, which allows me a melee attack. And I can also shoot that, melee attack again, and he's done. That means if you want to take out the rest of the enemies, they're probably all going to be blister heads at this point. So do keep that in mind. There's probably a lot of weapons around that you can throw. So try to use that to your advantage so that you don't use too much ammunition. I'm trying this strategy, but I'm telling you right now it's not going to work. As you can see, it's just too much. These guys they're kind of swarming, and they're too erratic with the way that they fight, which is really good to keep things fresh while you're playing. But it's kind of hard for, you know, as far as tactics go, it does make it a little bit more difficult to kind of plan out what you want to do. So here, a bunch of them, they're all going to climb up the side. All those blister heads are going to climb up the side. I'm just going to hold that regular guy off. I'm going to wait for these guys to get up here before I throw that. All 3 are up here. All 3 got exploded. And that made my life so much easier. So we have to drop back down now and continue turning that valve handle because it's going to create a walkway at the top for us to cross. In the meantime, make sure that you loot everything when you're headed back. See, I could have very easily forgotten that gunpowder. And I think I did forget quite a few things. Like when I get to the end and look at my map, I noticed there were several items just there that, like, how on earth did I miss that? But it's very easy to miss things when you're in the heat of it. So turn that all the way. You can come over here once that box moves. And there is some ammunition here, hiding in that little alcove. Continue along the path back up the stairs, and the box should have moved all the way over to create a path where you can walk across. You can see the green light shining in through the window. Open up this door, and inside you will find the second battery. Be sure to grab that. And then you can unlock this door, which is what the door we saw earlier when we first came through here. And climb up. And then we can exit out, go back over to where you are inserting the batteries to open up the gate, and insert that second battery. Once you do that, the gate will lift, and you'll be able to exit out onto the street, finally. and you will be greeted with a cutscene. Once you go to the left a little bit, you'll have a cutscene. Once this cutscene is finished, you will automatically gain the container key. And this is to open up the BSAA containers. And for our trophy, we do need to open all of them. While I'm standing here, I'm just going to knock that down, knock that ladder down, and knock down that fragile box there. This BSAA container is already open, so go inside. There's a med injector. Read file number 52 inside of the container, the inventory list, and it tells you the number on the container and what it actually has inside. So keep that in mind when you're hunting down containers. There are only 4, and one of them is already opened for us. So right here at this point, you have an option. You can go inside the apartments here, or you can go into the gas station, or you can come along here and lower that crane. I'm going to stop off right here and shoot that box that's hanging from the air conditioner. We'll go back and get that later.
Can you find anything?
I'm going to come over here for now.
Hold on.
Because there are no enemies around at this moment when you first come through here.
Database is coming up empty.
If you look inside of this bus in the driver's seat, you will see Mr. Raccoon number 14 hanging out there. Over here, you can open this up. Open up the back of this truck. It seems like there was once where it had ammunition inside, but it doesn't this time, and I don't know, maybe it might have been on easy that I found ammunition in there. Come over here through this little fence and drop the lever, and you'll see the crane will drop down a makeshift bridge that we can cross the gap. And over there is the BSAA camp where our box is and where our safe point is. So if you need to head over there, you can. For now, I'm going to come over here, pick up the item that I dropped earlier when I shot the box down. There's a green herb there as well. And then we can head the opposite direction. You can open up a trunk here. Be sure to check some of the vehicles. You can open the trunks, and there will be items inside. Now, there are a couple of zombies wandering around here. You can walk up to them and stealth kill them. I'm going to run to this one because he was going to turn around and see me anyway. But I got lucky. Now that one, I'm going to try and stay out of his line of sight. I'm pretty far away from him. And he's going to turn around. I'm just going to wait and see. You know, they're so jerky, their movements. You just kind of have to wait and see. Most of the time, you can find a way to get behind them and sneak up on them if there aren't too many. If it's just, 1 or 2, you should be fine. So we'll take him out, pop open this trunk. Looks like there's some handgun ammo inside. And over here, you can see it looks like there's a crash, but you can actually come through here and you'll see that BSAA container number 3 is here. So we're going to go ahead and open that now. First, I'm going to go all the way down here because there is a box with an item in it at the bottom. If you come back here later, there'll be multiple zombies roaming around. None of the trunks open here, unfortunately. Well, this one does, but the one that's in the water doesn't. So let's head back this way and go around the right side of this big rusted truck here. And on the opposite side, there's a ladder that you can climb to get up on top. You can drop down here where this box is to gain access to where we need to open the container. Now, do be careful because there are zombies in here. So we're going to have to take them out. I'm just going to back up and I'm going to throw that red container in there at them to quickly take them out without too much fuss. It'll go right there. They're all toast literally. And inside, you will find one of these boxes with the caution tape on it that has quite a bit of goodies. And we found the Marksman 1A, which is a sniper rifle that is silenced. It's not quite as powerful as the classic, but the silencer makes life so much easier. It really is. Like, eventually I'm going to get rid of the classic completely, and I'm only going to use the Marksman once I get it upgraded pretty good. There, I didn't mean to press the pause button. I meant to go into my inventory. So I'm just checking it out. I'm going to equip it in the classic slot so that it's just, I can just quickly push a button and have that rather than the classic. Having a silencer is just amazing. It's so helpful. So now that we have 2 containers that are now open, we can head to the gas station. If you need to go back to the camp, please do. If you're running low on space or something like that, or you want to, turn in your points, go and do that. That's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and do this now because it's going to make choices a lot easier for me later. And here I kind of stopped because Leon's head was turned like he was looking at something. And a lot of times if there is something of interest, the character will turn his head toward it. But I didn't see anything there, so I just continued on. Here, you'll drop down off of the tanker truck. I'm just going to walk forward because there is a zombie roaming around here. I'm going to take him out stealthily. So now that he's taken care of, you can see straight ahead there is a fuel tank with a valve handle on it. We need something to put the gas in first, of course. So we can't access that right now. We need a gas can. If you come to the other side, you'll see again there's a box. The boxes are kind of like a marker letting you know, hey, there's something of interest here, and maybe it's not just this box. You can see the generator over there with a gas can right on the side of it. You can either go inside of the store there, or you can come around the side and go up the stairs. I'm going to go up the stairs because I think there is 1 or 2 items up here that you would just miss out on if you just went inside, and you're going to get inside anyway and see everything. So you're not missing anything by not going through the front door. If you come up here, you can break this box and get an item. And there are 2 entrances. You can drop down here on the left. That set of boxes there, you can't see any zombies back there right now, but they will manifest later. Once you grab the gas can, they're gonna come out at you. So choose a hole to drop down. I'm going to head back into the store and beware that zombie. It's actually good to approach him from this side because if you approach him from the front, he will play dead and then bite your leg. So we've taken care of him. Don't worry, the zombies are not going to break through just yet. Right here on the left on this shelf, you'll find 1998 letter number 2. So if you have access to this, because I'm pretty sure it is deluxe edition content, this is where you find letter number 2. If you come around this way, you'll find some scrap, and you probably hear a raccoon at this point. He is on the back side of where we found that letter. This is Mr. Raccoon number 15. Don't forget to take him out before you get overloaded with zombies, because it is coming. Once you're finished in here, head around the back, and we're going to make a pit stop at some lockers. So in this area of the gas station, there's lockers back here. You can check them. And then go through the door, and right in front of you will be the gas can. Now it is empty. We are going to have to fill it at the tank that we saw earlier. And of course, it's not going to be easy. So prepare yourself. Once you grab the gas can and make your way back inside of the gas station, where those brown boxes are, you're going to have enemies come out right away, and one of them will have a chainsaw. So be prepared for that.
You must be the town lumberjack.
There are 2 enemies there. One of them is still sitting. We're going to go and grab the chainsaw, and he's going to jump up. Try to grab it before he can. And then cut him up. Now as we head outside, you're going to have hordes. Just run off to the side if you can. Like hide behind that truck, because this guy always throws a red canister at you. And then just, chop these guys up as you see fit. Of course, every 3rd or 4th zombie, you're going to actually stab them with the chainsaw, and then you have to wait for it to spin around and stuff before you can grab it. Otherwise, it will injure you if you try to grab it while it's spinning on the ground. So pick it up and try to take out the rest of these guys as quickly as you can. Be careful, they can still hit you even when you're swinging. You'll have that door open there, and some zombies will come out. We'll have to go and check there later. For right now, we just have to get these guys taken care of first. Okay, so he has dropped the chainsaw. I got lucky. I was in a reloading animation when that chainsaw started spinning, so I got lucky that it didn't get me. Just keep an eye out for any rogue zombies. And usually once you clear all of this out, you're going to hear a zombie coming from right here. It's going to move those trucks. It's going to move that barrier. And it's going to be a chainsaw zombie. And he has what they call armor. I mean, it's just a spike helmet with some chains. Honestly, I like to do this. I like to just rush him, stay on him like white on rice. And pretty much you can get rid of him in no time at all. You don't even really have to put up a fight. If you can kind of corner him right when he comes out, it's pretty easy just to get rid of him. Because he is a much stronger enemy with that tiny little bit of armor. See, he's taken care of already. If you don't get on him like that, quickly and stay in his face, then the fight is going to be a lot harder, and you'll have several times where actually you'll clash chainsaws with him and then have to kind of start over. Once he's gone, no other zombies will come through. So we can come and check out this room here where the door opened during all the fun. There's a little bit in there. Then we can come over here and turn the valve handle. And then we can fill up our gas can, which actually goes pretty fast. Seems like it would take a lot longer than that to fill up a gas can, but you can see the needle on the gauge goes down super fast. And this will be enough to fill all of the generators that need filling. Okay, so now in order to leave, we do have to go back through the gas station where we found the gas can and fill up that generator in order to leave this area because we're blocked in. And then on the map, as you saw, you can see where the other generators are as well. So let's just make our way through. And once you get over here, just interact with the generator. It'll put some gas in. And then you'll press the button on the door. It will open up and we are right back to the main street. So let's go to the right. Once you're back on the main street, go to the right. And there should be some new zombies roaming around, and they are blister heads. So beware of that. If you can, sneak up on them and take them out because they are bullet sponges. All of them are. So using the hatchet is by far the most efficient. It might take you a little bit longer to take these guys out, but especially on a first playthrough, it's worth the time it takes to sneak up on them and take them out. Once this guy is taken care of, you can go and fill up that generator over there. You can see here there is a case that you can shoot down. Just don't forget to pick it up when you go in here. Once the generators are all full and the gas can's gone, then because really I guess there's only 2 that matter, because one of them we filled just to exit the gas station, but the other 2, at that point, then you have options of where you want to go first. And really, you can do it in any order that you want to. It does not matter. We're going to head back over to our base camp and turn in our points, which it looks like we got a really good bit this time. 41,800. That's pretty good. I'm going to buy the body armor. Body armor is very, very helpful, although it does, I mean, it doesn't last forever, but it does help to cut down on how much medical supplies you're using. I am not going to buy the shotgun that they have. It is a really cool shotgun, but I'm not going to buy it because I'm waiting. Pretty soon here, we're going to be finding what I think is the best shotgun in the game. You can start upgrading some of your weapons if you want to, though. You're definitely going to keep the Requiem, I'm sure. You're not going to sell that. At this point, if you want to sell one of the rifles, you can to free up some space in your inventory. You could sell your handgun if you want to and buy the silenced one, but occasionally it is good to have a gun that will make noise and use a cheap ammo, like if you're just trying to get someone's attention. But what I'm talking about is for way, way later. So it's completely up to you. Take a look at what your options are. Think about the way that you play and upgrade your weapons accordingly. Sell your weapons accordingly. I'm not going to give you any advice on that because you really can play it any kind of way you want. So just because I prefer one weapon over another, it doesn't mean that that is the correct thing to do. Take your playstyle and decide accordingly how you want your weapons upgraded or which ones you want to sell. In the meantime, you can see what I'm tuning up and you can see what I am keeping, and you can go with me if you want to, or you can choose your own way, and everything's going to work out swimmingly either way. So we're going to end this video here. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see everybody back here in part 10. Until then, Khajiit always has wares.